Hey people. So yeah, it's been a little while, but I told you little fuckers that I'm very lazy and uploading to this channel is you know, not one of my strong points. On my Nintendo Switch, I like to play a lot of Mario Kart, and to make my experience with my Switch better, um, I've had to do a couple of things, but I am on a budget because my part-time job does not pay me as much as I'd like. Um, so this is just a little compilation of things you can do for your Switch while on a budget. Okay, so editor's note. The reason why the phone quality is so bad in these videos is actually because of my video editing program. So I'm going to try and get a new one, but in the meantime you're just going to have to deal with the shitty audio quality. Lol, bye! So this is just where my computer is, and yeah, it's messy, leave me alone. Now, the first thing is the controller. This one's by PowerA, and I think I got it for $30. It's not a proper Pro controller because it's wired, but it's really, really quick and responsive, and I love it quite a lot. These back buttons, they're so much better than the normal ones on the actual Switch, because you can actually feel them and grip them a bit better, because these ones are quite small and it's sometimes you misclick them or it's harder to click them at all. So yeah. Now we all know that the dock for the Switch has two USB ports on the side and also one on the back, but most people will only use them for controllers. But here I've just put in a keyboard, like a computer keyboard that I just had lying around, and this makes it so much easier when I want to upload things to Facebook or Twitter, because I don't have to use the analog sticks to type in letters. You can just type whatever you want, and you can actually do this for most things. I've heard you can use anything as long as it's got a USB port, and it will work. Now, this one I didn't actually know until I think I was just looking at my Switch. The micro SD slot is underneath the kickstand, and a lot of people I talked to about this didn't actually know this. So that's where the thing is. So it's a lot better to increase your storage so you can download more games and save photos and whatever, and so just a little thing. So for power input, the Switch uses a USB-C cable, but what you can also do is you can buy these things called OTG cables. I got this one for 20, but you can get them for way cheaper on eBay. And what it does is it converts the USB signal into a USB-A signal. So it means on the go you can play with controllers, with anything that needs the USB port without having to dock it. So here I just plug it in. It's a bit hard one-handed. And then you've suddenly got a USB port. So I like to use this when I'm not at home and I want to use my Pro controller. So yep, you just hook it up there and it works perfectly fine. So on the back of the Switch dock, you've got your power input, USB port, and your HDMI out. Now, my computer monitor is an old one, so it uses VGA, which is very old school. And to do this, what I do is I get the cable from my monitor, and I bought one of these adapters. It just takes the VGA signal and converts it into HDMI, or rather the other way around. So if you just plug it in and just hook it all up to the Switch, I kind of needed to shove it in there a bit, but it means I can play. So the video quality isn't actually that great because it's converting 1080p right down. I think it's in 720, but still there's these kind of vertical lines that show up that not really on the video, but it's a bit distracting until you get into a game. Something that comes up fairly often when I'm playing Mario Kart with friends is to use items and to drift, you need to use the left and right bumper buttons, but when we're using Joy-Cons, it's really quite hard to press them and, press them right because they're so small and kind of indented. and especially since I have really big ugly hands here, it's really quite hard to press the buttons. So what I do to remedy this is I just snap on the little, what I like to call the Wiimote straps onto the Joy-Cons, and it just kind of extends the buttons a little bit, so it makes them easier to press, and they're not like perfectly responsible, but they're better than having to try and dig your nail into the buttons. And last but not least, if you can't afford a capture card like me, the Switch has built-in video recording, which most people know, but if you just want to capture some highlights or something, it is a little bit fiddly, but as you can see here, it is possible to capture all of your best moments of gameplay. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. Who knows, maybe there'll be another one in 2 to 24 months. Yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the clips.